Have you ever experienced the uncanny valley? The concept of the uncanny valley is a fascinating and somewhat eerie phenomenon observed in human psychology and robotics, where the familiarity of an object or entity evokes feelings of unease or revulsion as it becomes more human like, but falls short of appearing entirely lifelike or natural. The term uncanny valley was coined by a Japanese robotist, Masahiro Mori, in 1970, and it has since become a widely recognized concept in the fields ranging from robotics to animation to psychology and design. The theory posits that as non human entities, such as robots or animated characters, become increasingly human like in appearance and behavior, there is a point at which they elicit a strong negative response from humans. This occurs when these entities resemble humans to a significant degree, but still possess subtle imperfections or anomalies that make them appear eerie or unnatural. At the low end of the uncanny valley, where entities are very robotic or non-human in appearance, people tend to feel indifferent or even positively inclined towards them. For example, simple machines like toasters or vacuum cleaners do not elicit discomfort because they are clearly non-human and do not attempt to mimic human features or behaviors. However, as these entities become more humanoid and approach a level of near realism, there is a tipping point where their almost human appearance becomes unsettling. This is the uncanny valley, where subtle discrepancies between the entity and a real human become apparent, triggering feelings of discomfort, revulsion, or even fear in observers. These discrepancies can take various forms, such as an unnatural facial expression, robotic movements, or incongruent behavior. For instance, a humanoid robot that displays stiff, jerky movements or exhibits facial features that are almost but not quite human-like may evoke a strong, aversive response. Once the entity achieves a high level of realism that is virtually indistinguishable from a real human, the negative response typically diminishes, and people may even feel empathy or affinity towards it. This is because the entity has crossed the uncanny valley and achieved a level of believability and familiarity that no longer triggers feelings of unease. The uncanny valley has significant implications for fields such as robotics, animation, virtual reality, and prosthetics, where designers strive to create human-like entities that are both realistic and appealing. Understanding the uncanny valley can help designers navigate the delicate balance between familiarity and discomfort, ultimately leading to more successful and engaging creations. Number 2. Shadow people. A shadow person is a paranormal phenomenon described as a dark humanoid figure that appears to be made entirely of a shadow or darkness. These entities are typically reported as being blacker than the surrounding environment and lacking discernible facial features or other details. Shadow people are often described as having human-like shapes, with arms, legs, and sometimes even clothing, but they are distinct in their lack of depth or texture, appearing two-dimensional or translucent. Encounters with shadow people are often associated with feelings of fear, unease, or a sense of being watched. Witnesses frequently report seeing these figures out of the corner of their eye or in peripheral vision, only for them to disappear or vanish when they were looked directly upon. Some individuals claim to have seen shadow people standing silently in rooms or moving through walls, while others report a feeling of a malevolent presence accompanying their sightings. The phenomenon of shadow people has been documented in various cultures and throughout history, with reports dating back centuries. While skeptics often attribute sightings of shadow people to sleep paralysis, hallucinations, or other psychological factors, Believers maintain that these entities are real supernatural beings or manifestations of negative energy. Despite the lack of scientific evidence to support their existence, encounters with shadow people continue to be reported by individuals around the world. Whether they are explained as psychological phenomena, paranormal entities, or something else entirely, shadow people remain a mysterious and unsettling aspect of the supernatural realm. Number 3. Doppelganger. A doppelganger, a German word meaning double goer or double walker, refers to a paranormal phenomenon or folklore concept involving a duplicate or look-alike of a living person. In essence, a doppelganger is an exact replica or mirror image of an individual, often appearing unexpectedly or mysteriously. The concept of the doppelganger has roots in various cultures and traditions, with similar ideas appearing in folklore and mythology around the world. In many cultures, encountering one's doppelganger is considered a harbinger of bad luck, misfortune, or even death. It is believed that seeing one's own doppelganger can be an omen of impending tragedy or a sign of one's own mortality. There are several theories and explanations for the phenomenon of doppelgangers. Psychological explanation. From a psychological perspective, doppelganger experiences may be attributed to hallucinations, delusions, or psychological disorders such as schizophrenia. Some researchers suggest that encountering one's doppelganger could be a manifestation of the subconscious mind or a dissociative experience. Folklore and superstition. In folklore and superstition, doppelgangers are often associated with the supernatural and the occult. They are sometimes believed to be malevolent spirits, demons, or omens of impending doom. In some traditions, it is said that a person's doppelganger is their evil twin or counterpart, representing their darker impulses or hidden desires. Parallel universe and multiverse theory. Some theories draw upon the concepts of theoretical physics, suggesting that doppelgangers could be a glimpse of parallel universes or alternate realities where identical or similar versions of individuals exist. According to this interpretation, encountering one's doppelganger may be a rare and mysterious phenomenon that bridges the gap between different dimensions or timelines. Literary and cultural depictions. The concept of the doppelganger has been a recurring motif in literature, art, and popular culture. It has inspired numerous works of fiction, including novels, films, and television shows, often exploring themes of identity and duality. Famous literary example of doppelganger, Edgar Allan Poe's William Wilson. Overall, the phenomenon of the doppelganger continues to intrigue and fascinate people, blurring the lines between reality and myth, psychology, and the supernatural. Whether interpreted as a psychological phenomenon, a paranormal occurrence, or a literary motif, encounters with doppelgangers remain a mystery. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and sleep well.